Children, our next topic for today is chemical properties of metals. Here we are going to study how metal reacts with different substances like water, oxygen, acids, etc. Children, our first chemical property is what happens when metals react with oxygen. Or we can say what happens when a metal is burnt in the air. Most of the metals react with oxygen to form metallic oxide. The reaction is fast and it is a reaction where metals combine with the oxygen present in the air and form their metallic oxides. I have three examples here of sodium, magnesium, and aluminium. All these metals react with oxygen and they form their particular oxides. Sodium plus oxygen gives sodium oxide. Magnesium, when combines with oxygen, gives you magnesium oxide. Aluminium, when combines with oxygen, gives you aluminium oxide. And all the reactions which are given here, they are balanced reactions. What happens when metal copper is heated in the air? It combines with the oxygen to form copper 2 oxide, which is black in color. Copper, when combines with oxygen, gives copper oxide. Oxidation of a metal takes place when it burns in air or when it reacts with the oxygen present in the air. You know what is the meaning of oxidation? Oxidation is a reaction where a metal combines with oxygen and forms its particular oxide. Metals such as potassium and sodium react with oxygen in the air so vigorously that they catch fire when kept in open. Therefore, they are kept immersed in kerosene oil. Children, the meaning of this is that metals such as potassium and sodium are highly reactive with oxygen, and if they are kept open in the atmosphere, they will catch fire when they will react with the atmospheric oxygen. So, usually these two metals are kept immersed in kerosene oil. Metals such as magnesium, aluminium, copper, and Ag are showing slow tarnishing reaction in air at room temperature, and this is due to the formation of their oxides, or you can say with time layer of oxides are formed on these metals. Carbon layer of oxides such as carbonate or sulfide on their surface. This protective layer prevents these metals from further oxidation. Children, metals are basic in nature. They react with acid to form salt and water. Metal oxides such as copper oxide reacts with sulfuric acid and it gives you copper sulfate plus water. Some metal oxide react with both acids and bases to form salt and water. These oxides are known as amphoteric oxides. The meaning of amphoteric oxides are that they react with both acids and bases. Aluminium oxide and zinc oxide are examples of amphoteric oxide. Aluminium oxide, when reacts with hydrochloric acid, gives you aluminium chloride plus water. Aluminium oxide when reacts with sodium hydroxide gives you sodium aluminate plus water. Zinc oxide when reacts with acid HCl gives zinc chloride plus water. Zinc oxide when reacts with sodium hydroxide gives you sodium zincate, that is Na2ZnO2 plus H2O. Most of the metal oxides do not dissolve in water. However, some metal oxides such as sodium oxide, that is Na2O, and potassium oxide K2O dissolve in water to form alkalis. The reaction are as follows. Sodium oxide plus water gives you sodium hydroxide. Potassium oxide plus water gives you potassium hydroxide. Iron does not burn on heating, but iron filings burn vigorously when sprinkled in the flame of the burner. Copper does not burn, but the hot metal is covered with layer of black oxide, that is copper 2 oxide. Silver and gold do not react with oxygen even at high temperature. The process of forming of thick oxide layer of aluminium when aluminium is exposed to air is called anodizing. That means anodizing is a process where a thick layer of aluminium oxide is formed on aluminium when it is exposed to air. This coating of aluminium oxide makes it resistant to further corrosion. Because a thick layer is formed, no further corrosion can take place. A thick layer of oxide, a coating of oxide is formed on the metal of aluminium, and as a result, no further corrosion will take place. This resistance can be further improved by making the oxide layer thicker. But during anodizing process, a clean aluminium article is made, the anode, and is electrolyzed with dilute sulfuric acid. The oxygen gas which is evolved at the anode reacts with aluminium to make a thick protective oxide layer. This oxide layer can be dyed easily to give aluminium article an attractive finish. So children, now we are going to study what happens when metal reacts with water. All metals do not react with water. If a metal reacts with water, hydrogen gas is always produced. Most reactive metals such as sodium and potassium react violently with cold water. Hydrogen gas is given off and an alkaline solution is formed. So you can see that sodium and potassium react only with cold water, and you get sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, and hydrogen gas is released. The reaction between calcium and cold water is slow. Hydrogen gas is evolved and a cloudy solution of calcium hydroxide is formed. Ca plus 2H2O gives you calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH twice plus hydrogen. Magnesium does not react with cold water. It reacts with hot boiling water to form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is evolved. So Mg plus 2H2O gives you Mg in bracket OH2 plus H2. Metals such as aluminium, zinc and neither react with cold water nor with hot water. They react with steam to form metal oxide and hydrogen gas is evolved. Aluminium plus steam gives you aluminium oxide plus hydrogen gas. Zinc plus steam, that is the gaseous form of water, gives you zinc oxide plus hydrogen. Iron plus steam gives you iron oxide, that is Fe3O4 plus hydrogen. Metals such as lead, copper, silver, and gold do not react with water, that is, they do not react with cold water, hot water, or steam. So, children, we can see that some metals react with cold water, some react with hot water, and some react with steam. Now, let us see what happens when metals react with acid. Some metals react with dilute hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid, some do not. But when a metal reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute sulfuric acid, hydrogen gas is released and salt is formed. For example, magnesium plus hydrochloric acid gives magnesium chloride plus hydrogen. Aluminium plus hydrochloric acid gives aluminium chloride plus hydrogen. Zinc plus sulfuric acid gives zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Iron plus hydrochloric acid gives you iron chloride plus hydrogen. Hydrogen gas is not evolved when metals react with dilute nitric acid. This is because nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the hydrogen gas evolved into water and itself get reduced to nitrogen oxides. However, magnesium and manganese react with dilute nitric acid to produce hydrogen gas, and the reaction goes as follows: magnesium plus nitric acid, which is very dilute, gives you magnesium nitrate plus hydrogen. What is the meaning of aqua regia? Latin word for royal water. Aqua regia is a freshly prepared mixture of concentrated hydrochloric acid and concentrated nitric acid in the ratio of 3:1. It can dissolve gold even though neither of these acids can do so alone. That means both the acids are required. Aqua regia is highly corrosive fuming liquid. It is one of the few reagents that can dissolve gold and platinum, and very important that it is a mixture of freshly prepared concentrated hydrochloric acid and concentrated nitric acid in the ratio of 3:1. Children, whatever chemical properties we have studied, try to read from your textbook once again, go through them. All the reactions which I have given while explaining the chemical properties are balanced. Thank you.